Hello, I'm Elgato, and welcome back to the video. Today we continue my journey through the top 10 best Minecraft updates of all time for the PC version of the game, and today we're going to be going through the third best Minecraft update of all time. That's right, we're getting to the big leagues now, and today we have one of the most satisfying Minecraft update games ever, because it is the Minecraft 1.0.0 update. That's right, read it and weep in the bottom left, 1.0.0. It's such a satisfying number. If there's nothing else good you can say about this update, it's that it has one of the best numbers of any update to this time. However, you know, the update name is not the thing you're here for. Instead, we will be playing through a little bit of 1.0.0, showing you some of the major features, and I guess one of the big things I should mention before anything else is the fact that, you know, like, I guess it's one of the big major changing updates, and it's also the update where the game actually launched officially. So after this update launched, the game was available to download, and it was the full version of Minecraft. It wasn't Minecraft Alpha, it wasn't Minecraft Beta. The game officially released when this update released, which was on the 18th of November 2011. So that is when Minecraft launched, but that's also when this 1.0.0 update launched, which, by the way, it's not just called that, it's also called the, you know, it's known as the, what do we call it, update? The Adventure Update, or the Lost Update, because it was part 2. Some of the Adventure Update came in 1.8 beta. There's a lot of confusion about that you might not be familiar with, but yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to make ourselves a new world with all the normal stuff enabled. By the way, one thing I should mention is this 1.8 beta, the first part of the Adventure Update, brought creative mode for the first time. We can use that, and also 1.0, this update brought hardcore for the first time. So if nothing else you can say about this update, it's a huge update where the game officially launched, and also it brought hard mode in. But let's talk about the other features that aren't just creative from before and hardcore from this update, that this update did bring as we load up the world. So what's new in this update? And the simple answer to that question, as you're going to see as soon as my chunks load in, are 1, a brand new biome. So there's only been 2 new biomes added, besides the 1.7 update that I was just ranting and raving about. There's only been 2 brand new biomes added since the game reformed its biome system just before this one, and one of those biomes is the mushroom biome, which is still, to this day, the best biome I think Minecraft's ever added. Like, when people ask me, like, what's your favorite biome to get? Which people do all the time. It's one of those weird questions, like, in real life people ask me, and I'm like, I mean, I guess the mushroom biome. But yeah, the mushroom biome, still to this day, best biome in Minecraft. Second thing I would say, besides like, oh yeah, this biome's pretty good, you know, it's a really solid feature from this update, is the fact that in this update they added so many core features to the game that are just, you know, necessary in Minecraft now, but they weren't back then. So again, besides hunger and stuff, there's so many features from the 1.8 beta that I want to mention, but again, I'm kind of covering this as most of the update. I had to pick one of the adventure updates, so I chose part 2, because it obviously includes part 1, but as well as that, they added for the very first time enchanting to the game. You might be like, enchanting? Yep, that's right, before this update, the whole idea of enchanting was not a thing that existed. If you wanted to enchant, you just weren't able to. So yeah, with this update, they allowed you to enchant your stuff, which at the time was revolutionary. Before, you got yourself a diamond pickaxe, and that was it. That you know, you had a diamond pickaxe, and that was how you were doing. However, as of this update, you could spend XP if you wanted to get all of these different things. And although you couldn't do it without the XP bottle, which, like I said, you don't get till later. So now, like, manually, even though I'm in creative, you have to either use the, you know, you have to either give yourself the stuff via commands, or you can, you know, kill stuff manually in creative, which is weird. But yeah, you could get XP in this update, and honestly, I love XP in any game. I love the idea of XP and multipliers and stuff like that, so I was really, really on board with this. We could also, like, place a bunch of diamonds out and mine those, I guess, in survival. Again, it doesn't work that way because they're like, whatever. My point being is you can get levels, you can enchant, which is a really, I feel like that's fundamentally game-changing, right? Also, if we scroll around creative, look at, again, it's crazy to see this creative menu. Like, I never played Minecraft while it had this menu, because, again, it was in that time where I wasn't playing Minecraft between when I stopped playing PC and when it came out for console, and yeah, it's really weird to see it like this. But as well as just adding a brand new biome, as well as adding enchanting, as well as adding brewing to the game. I don't know if you spotted it in there, but there is in fact brewing in this update, that you can see, brewing stand, as well as adding brewing and enchanting, which honestly are 2 huge features that just, again, they're just essential Minecraft now. It's like, oh yeah, things you can do in Minecraft, you can brew and you can enchant, but also you could breed. So we could take 2 of our mushrooms, and for the very first time ever, if I can find, I think it's wheat every animal used back in this update, if we can take 2 mushrooms and we can find them together, assuming one of them is not in the ocean, but you can actually take them and you can, for some reason, okay, well, you know, there's a lot of weird things, like, you know, quality of life things that you don't consider, but even back then, you know, creative mode was very new, so there's a lot of things they hadn't probably considered, like, oh yeah, how does breeding work? But look at that, they're going to produce themselves a baby mushroom. Baby mushrooms are possible in this update, and this is really the the iconic feature from this update. But it wasn't just amazing things that big. It was also, for the very first time ever in Minecraft, if I can find, I don't even know if they have end portals in creative at this point, but they also added for the very first time ever the end to the game. That's right, you can go to the end if you can find an end portal in here. Again, there's no search function, you just have to look and then pray it's in there. And because they're all in weird orders, you just have to like assume it's gonna be somewhere like end portal frame, end portal frame, end portal frame. I don't think we have an end portal frame. We could go look for our end portal manually, but yeah, as of this update, the end existed. The huge thing that is still the goal for many people in Minecraft today, the end of the game, the credits, all of that sort of stuff only started to exist in this update. But it's not just the end, which, although that's kind of cool. Also, look at the size of this mushroom biome. They don't make them like this anymore, do they? But another thing for the very first time this update, if we give ourselves some obsidian and we give ourselves some fire, is they made blazes exist. So now, if you're curious how you get eye fenders, which you shouldn't be, but you know, you've probably played Minecraft enough, but if somehow you've never, this is your first Minecraft video, or you just don't really play much survival Minecraft, this meant that you can combine the ender pearls, which come from, you know, endermen, and you can combine, see, there's so many quality of life things, like you have to like stand in the portal, even in creative, because this is the very, the second ever update, which had creative in, the adventure update part 1 had it, but still, it's crazy seeing how much, you know, creative has changed and, you know, become like a fully functioning part of the game. But yeah, but you can now find blazes around the Nether at Nether Fortress. Nether Fortress 2 didn't exist before this update. Huge thing, right? Like, the Nether was just red. It's just this area you go into, you can find stuff, that's it. I mean, people come here for glowstone. That's really about it for the Nether. Like, it's an area that exists and that you can use, I guess. But there was nothing before this update when they added, for the very first time ever, the Nether Fortresses. Which, oh, there we go. We've got one over here. See, whenever you want to look around for a fortress in creative, pro tip, just go up and down. Eventually, in the lava, you'll find one of these legs. It always seems to happen that way for me. That's my experience at the very least. So yeah, it's super, super dark. I realized that. We're going to turn up the brightness. Every one of these updates has been messing with my, like, my video settings and my audio and stuff like that. So you notice how the Minecraft music's getting like absurdly loud sometimes. This, you know, this journey for the top 10 best updates has been a lot of fun so far, right? It's been such a nostalgic thing for me because sometimes it's so good to go back and just see things how they used to be, you know, where it's Minecraft updates, where it's whatever else, and seeing in this particular case has been quite wonderful. But yeah, you can find blazes. I swear they exist around here somewhere. I mean, okay, we just got all the zombie pigmen angry at me, so my bad. But there are blazes. They do exist in this update, and that's huge. The Nether Fortress only started to exist in this update. That's huge. A bunch more items for the Nether only started to exist in this update. That's huge. More blocks. The Nether brick, you know, you might think like Nether brick, key core part of the game. Nope, Netherbrick didn't exist till this update. All of blocks for it, they're brand new. All of so many brand new blocks in this update. It's such a huge one, and the whole idea of this update was to add adventure to the game. And you know what it did quite well? It added adventure. It added a reason to play Minecraft if you weren't just into building, which, you know, you have to like building at some phase in Minecraft, I guess. But even if you don't like building, this update gave you a reason to play and play and play. Like, oh yeah, you play and then you go to the Nether, then you do that, then you can go to the end, then you can do, you know, you could do all these various steps, and that's what Minecraft was all about as of this update, the adventure update, Minecraft 1.0. So, what wasn't great about this update? I've just been gushing about how much I love it. What's the only downsides to this update? I would say that it has to be creative mode. The downside in this update is creative mode was out for the first time, and although creative mode is something people love to this day, it changed the trajectory of Minecraft forever in a way that I'm not going to be like an old person and be like, oh yes, all these people don't play Minecraft the way I like it, but I love survival Minecraft. I'll put that on the table right now. If you want to ignore the rest of my opinions for that, that's entirely fine. You know, that's your choice. I think it's a fair enough one to make, but I think the adding creative mode to the game meant that people no longer had to work for their resources. Like, one of the core draws of Minecraft was like, it's a cool block building game that you can, you know, like, again, there's cool stuff in there, but you have to work for your blocks. If you want to make a house, you have to work for it. You have to chop down trees, you have to build the house, and then you go out and get the resources that make it better. But as of this update, do you want something? Okay, let me grab that. Okay, and now I've got myself some diamond blocks. I'll make myself a diamond house. Diamonds used to be such a rare value. It showed that you'd mine some diamonds. It was crazy. As of this update, it meant, oh yeah, no, I mean, it meant someone's gone into creative. And because obviously it's hard to enforce like a creative world versus a survival world, because it's the same Minecraft deep down, and because there's a living Minecraft world in this, you know, Superflat didn't come till later, and because of this, it kind of means that Minecraft only, you know, Minecraft creative kind of meant that survival had less meaning in some ways. You know, when you saw an impressive build, you knew it was made in creative, and to this day, it remains kind of like one of those things where you know, creative mode, I wouldn't say it ruined Minecraft, but it had the negative impact of meaning survival Minecraft it's no longer what Minecraft is. Minecraft used to just mean, so when Minecraft first came out, it was just survival, then it went to being just creative, and then it went to being just survival, and as of this update, essentially survival. They weren't called that, it was just Minecraft. But as of this update, having both alongside each other meant that you could play survival if you wanted to, or you could get, you could just decide, that's too hard, and you could play creative. And to this day, if you ever watch people, play on a smartphone, or like, by people, I mean, like, if you watch young people play on a smart device, like, I have a brother, 2 and 4 years old, I'm mind blown that they can play Minecraft, but they only play in creative. Like, even when they do play in survival, they immediately switch into creative at the sign of any difficulty, and that's, honestly, in some ways, I feel like, again, this is old man ranting, so I'm just saying, like, the downside of the update is it now means that you can just, cheat modes are enabled for everyone. Cheat modes used to be, if you use cheat modes in any other game, you realize, like, immediately it's very boring, but you might not get that realization because Minecraft is so fun, even with cheats enabled, that I feel like, again, it's an interesting thing to talk about. I just wanted to mention, I know a lot of people love creative. I'm not saying that you're cheating just by using it. I feel like if you've played a lot of survival Minecraft, that's great. But so many people, if you ever check the achievements, something like 66% of players have never played survival Minecraft, or at least never played it enough to, like, open their inventory in survival. Only, like, 33% of players have ever made a crafting table or something. It's absurd how few people have played survival Minecraft, because to them, why would you? That's just that's the version with all the tricky stuff going on. But survival Minecraft is what I fell in love with, and that's what this update kind of did. So, anyway, this update wasn't just about a rant about surviving creative. Let's talk about what this update means for the future of Minecraft and what lessons we can... So yeah, the 1.0.0 update, or the adventure update as a whole, really changed Minecraft from being a game which was always this beta thing, this indie thing, into being something which really existed. And I don't know what lessons you could learn from this exactly, besides like, oh yeah, maybe work on those mechanics from time to time. It added brewing and it added enchanting. Being able to work on those things, like add a new potion from time to time, add a new enchantment from time to time, in the same way that adding a new mob in every update, wouldn't it be cool if they added a new enchantment in every update? Because whenever enchantments have been added since then, they've made this mechanic better. And you could do that with every new thing you do with Minecraft. Like, oh yeah, add a new thing to the end every update, add a new thing to the nether. I feel like this update, because it expanded the game in some ways, you can't really have the same update again. You can't have an adventure update too, as much as I'd love one, and maybe you can have one, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't think you can have an adventure update too. But what you can do is you can improve on everything we've added that is adventure since this one. Also, these squids are just having hard time with each other. And yeah, that's something I'd really love to see as of the future. I'd love to see more adventure content, because again, the Nether Fortress was such a cool deal. The end, a brand new dimension, such a cool deal. Enchantment, the new mushroom biome. All these things are so huge for the game, and I'd love to see more stuff like this in the future. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know when I say about creative, I cause a war every time, but I'm super, super passionate about the fact that if you have never played survival Minecraft, I feel like you should. And don't go in a world where you're going to switch into creative. Like, have survival on, and like, if you're on PC, you can lock it in. If you're on like console POC edition, just promise yourself you won't. Like, call it survival only or something. Because it's kind of disheartening realizing that so many people won't experience the joy of, like, the challenge of having limited resources. And that's the only thing I have to say about this update that's negative. But everything else, purely positive. I hope you all enjoyed this video. By the way, that's not just me. It's like, I know a lot of other people feel that way. I just want to mention that for the end here. That's like I'm not just like complaining about survival like an old man. It's like a real thing a lot of people think. Or maybe you can just complain and be like, it's okay. I disagree with you anyway. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video. I hope you all enjoy this series. Like I said, it's really fun to have a glance back at how Minecraft used to be. Because, again, a lot of these updates I played when they were fresh, whether on PC or whether on the console, as in the case of this one. And it's so weird and eerie being back here so many years later to check something out. And I feel like that's a feeling I get my real life sometimes. I'm like, because I realized 2013 and 2012. So this came out in 2011, by the way. If you don't know, back in 2011, I was like, I was still in school, and I was. There's a lot of things that wasn't going right in life then, and it's kind of cool to realize like how much has changed in my own life since 2011. Maybe you can have the same realization, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking too long and I should end the video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. What is that? Oh, stars, I guess.